Alright, boys. Wait a minute. Alright. I found it. I found this bitch. Okay. Now I can set everything up. God damn. Sorry about that. I know it was a longer intro than normally.
Marvelous.
Was not part of the plan to lose this. So is that the word? So today, do y'all know what's about to go down? If you guys are not reading the title, I'm here to help you. Shut up, bitch. No. Hey, relax. It is a debate, an anime debate of sorts. I don't know exactly all the context to what this debate is going to entail fully, but I do know that it's about Dragon Ball and not Naruto this time. And I'm for that. Honestly, the Naruto debate was going to be repeated for lack of a better debate, but Seth and King of Lightning agreed on something else entirely. And you know what? I am for that 100%. Oh, shit. Oh, so, before we get into anything, there is a donation thing going on for a charity. So if you guys donate bits, there's like an @ I'm gonna get the @ that you guys have to hashtag or a certain emote so that your bits, a portion of that goes to the charity itself. And I think that's really fucking dope. So when I get everybody in call, let me look to see what that is. So if you guys donate bits, just make sure you have that in there so that the 20% of your bits go to that charity. Yeah. Anyways, is Seth thing Seth the Programmer? It might be. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, I found it by that. I'm calling Chef, and I gotta add King of Lightning. And then once I add both of them in the call, then I'm gonna switch my scenes, to where you guys can see everybody and hear them properly. My boy.
Marvelous.
Yo, what's up?
What is poppin'? Shit, chillin'. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm fucking awesome. That Broly movie got me in a high that I'm never coming down off of for like a cool second. So.
Marvelous.
Yeah, everyone's so hyped about it. I can't wait to see it myself.
Bro, when you see it, I want to see what your thoughts on it, because I'm curious to see the masses' opinion of it, because, you know, it's an early premiere, so it's easy to just be hyping, riding off of it. That's kind of where I'm at. I have to think really hard to nitpick certain things. Like, I can if I try, but I'm just not. I'm just going off of just hype alone and shit. But yeah, it's really good. I feel like you'll love it.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if anyone disliked it, to be honest, because everything about it is pretty much just perfect.
Marvelous.
Like,
Yeah,
there's so much effort put into it.
There was one of my homies in theaters, what's his name? Fucking RDC World. He was like low-key talking about like some of the powers. I'm not gonna say too much details for spoiling, but it sounded like somewhat of a complaint. So I was very confused. I'm just like, word?
Yeah, I don't think there should be any problems with that.
Marvelous.
Yeah. So for my knowledge and everybody else's, could you like inform us 100% on the lore of this debate? Because you said this was something that you guys had way back when, right? Correct?
So basically, me and King of Lightning have been talking about our own personal scaling for Dragon Ball Super. Like, whenever there'd be a new episode, like, we'd possibly talk about the new episode and if it updated our personal scales or what we thought about it. I've always been on the side that Dragon Ball has been faster than light since Dragon Ball Z, right? And he's more in the ballpark that they haven't reached the speed of light since, like, Tournament of Power, like Dispo, stuff like that. And by the speed of light, we mean, like, 670,616,629 miles per hour. So like in real life per se, it's like a particle in a vacuum. But we're gonna have a debate about if they can at all reach that speed in Dragon Ball with like any of their attacks or whatever. So
dope. Okay. And he's 100% like caught up on what it is, because he told me he was like agreeing for, like, he's down for it. Just making sure. Okay, dope. Got him added. So now we're starting to call. 1 second. Let me add King. Oh, he needs to add me back. Yeah. Yo, King, if you're in the stream, can you add me back? So I can't do anything until then. I guess I could call you and then call Seth, but it'll be a lot easier if. Yeah, let me just text him. Me back so I can invite. If you guys are returning, coming back, whichever returning from the last debate that was had between Kabuki and I and Seth, or you're just here in general just to see what this debate is, or you're excited for it, you ready to get entertained, can I get a "you're" in the chat? However many E's and R's you want to put in there, just make sure the Y in the beginning is there, because that is actually essential, or it's no longer a "you're." Just give me a "you're" so I know that you're ready for it. I need to see the hype in some degree, shape, or form. Okay, there we go. Now,
yeah,
go on.
I was gonna say the debate with you and Kabuki. I felt like that was more just like for fun, and
That was 100% for fun.
we're
This is
just
definitely going to be
good time.
a lot
This
more
is much
serious.
more serious. Yes.
Yeah, 100% serious. So you guys might be like, "Oh shit, this is different," and I'm all for that. Oh, there we go. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it turns into, and in the end, I will let you guys be one of the major factors on who you think won or lost. With that being said, make sure you're listening on what's being said instead of looking at who is your favorite YouTuber, so we can get the best and most unbiased votes in the chat towards the later half of it.
Personally, I would say that like having the audience judge might just be a little faulty. Like the debate
100%.
might end. The debate might end before that. Like I'm only saying that because obviously fans are going to be fans. Like I remember like on the last stream we had, people were just wilding on every point, like whoever they were siding with, no matter what was said. So,
100%.
You guys, I'm cool with everyone like voting their opinion, but I just don't want it to be like the actual official like judgment.
It's not something that we will use as a say who won or lost.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like everybody can make their own opinions for like video purposes that I may use or whatever. I don't even use that part because that is true. No matter what you say, what I say as a prerequisite to not do that, they're gonna do what they do no matter what. You know.
Obviously, yeah, of course.
So. Yo, is that
what? Oh, yo, man, what's up, you fucking cocksucker? God
yo,
damn. This nigga right here.
Cox. Okay.
This motherfucker right here. What's up? How you doing, bro?
Shit, chilling, my guy.
Yo, I
How
took
you
a
doing, bro?
massive shit just now. You should have seen it, man. It was crazy.
I didn't want to see it, but I know that you're good, and that's what matters. Because if you took a shit and you're not good, you didn't take the shit correctly.
Yo, I needed that shit. What's up, Seth?
What's up, King?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent. Fucking excellent, bro. Excellent.
Bad. Now, before we start, how is volumes looking? Seth, could you say something real quick?
Volumes?
Yeah, because like I have to like make sure
audio
not too loud and shit.
Are we good?
No, you just say something real quick so I can see what.
Hello, everyone. It's your host, SethTheProgrammer, here checking my volume level. Is that okay, Afro?
Dope. I hear it differently from how they hear it. I mean, if you can turn stream on, you see if you're like blaring or anything. King, can you say something real quick?
What up?
Okay. Just say a little bit more things just in case.
Hello, how we doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Plenty?
Okay. They're good. Yeah. No one's louder than the other. Volume is good, Chief. All right, cool. Bet. Just in case, because like if someone's trying to talk over somebody, and that happens sometimes in debates. I don't know about this one. This is more an official debate, so I guess ground rules. I'll be the first one.
It should be semi-formal, but
yeah. For the ground rules, that exactly. For the most part, just be wary that try to let someone get their point across. Don't try, like, I don't think you guys will do this, but like, don't try to turn to an argument. It happens sometimes. Just try to, as much as you can, get points across and counter those points that are on the table before, anything goes further. I will try to moderate to make sure it stays that way so concise points can be heard and registered through everybody in the audience, what have you. And yes, so without further ado, because Seth won the last argument, I'll have him explain his point first, and then we can go from there.
Well, let's see if me and King agree on our premise first. So the premise is Dragon Ball Z reaching like 670 million miles per hour, right? We're on the same page, yes or no?
Speed of light, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. So in real life speed of light. So my premise, obviously, they reach the speed of light in Dragon Ball Z, highballing by the Frieza saga, lowballing by the Buu saga. I think it's far more, and then premise 2 is I think it's far more consistent to put them at the speed of light by this era, because if you don't put them at the speed of light, it contradicts numerous narrative points later on, especially around the Buu saga. But we can start it off with something simple. So like, for instance, Piccolo destroys the moon in less than 10 seconds. It's around 4 through 8 seconds. It doesn't really matter. And it takes light 1.3 seconds to destroy the moon. Any form of Kaioken times 10 would be the speed of light. We know that's not calc stacking either. Kaioken is verbatim stated to raise speed by whatever fold of Kaioken it has. So if Piccolo's reaching relativistic attacks to the moon in a few seconds, anything times 10 would be over the speed of light with a Kaioken times 10, which is why I say highballing the Frieza saga, since obviously that's when Goku uses a Kaioken times 10. And obviously I'm being very lenient. I'm ignoring all the power increases in between that. Goku surpassing all his Kaiokens in between that, like say Goku versus Ginyu surpassing Kaioken times 3 versus Vegeta. Don't even need that. Just anything Kaioken times 10 above is Lightspeed. So what is your, where are you going to go from there?
Okay, so the premise here is, for me, very simple. I mean, I don't take too long, so I do want to go. So here's the thing. Everything that we've gotten when it comes to a speed feat, predominantly speaking, when it comes to Dragon Ball Z and prior, has not been necessarily confirmed.
Marvelous.
It's more so, okay, well, we can assume based on, if we make certain premises on, okay, so the moon is this close to the planet based on our relative Earth, and then you have the attack go from this, where Piccolo is, to where the moon is. And then if you make certain assumptions and presuppositions, then you can say, okay, based on this calculation, we can then presume that the attack moves at this speed. And then upscaling from this particular power level that Piccolo is at to, let's say, another power level to where Goku is at, or another character is at, you can upscale because power levels are supposed to be, it's power level. It's their overall.
It's just like a literal number. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a little number, but it's like, okay, so we're not too sure if that means that, well, their speed ups by that multiplier, or if it's their overall power level, or is it more so, well, like it depends on exactly what we're talking about when it comes to their overall combat ability here. So it's a bit of a, you can say that with certain degrees of headcanon that they're the speed of light, but it's never confirmed. The only time it's actually confirmed combat-wise, I'm not talking about like techniques like instant transmission or the Kai, which the Kais use to like go between like the realms and shit like that, or the staves of the gods, which staves of the angels, which we see them use to travel across the cosmos. I've always said that because it was already confirmed that that's instant transmission, teleportations, techniques that we see.
I don't want to stop. I'm not interrupting fully, but do you believe travel speed is different than combat speed? I'm just.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No
cool.
question.
Great.
Yeah, I always have, because combat speed just seems to be relative to what they're actually doing combat wise. Now,
right.
I know that. Here's the thing, because I have not. I refuse to watch Dragon Ball Super at the beginning. I read the manga, well, the Dragon Ball Tro manga, but I'm not rewatching movies. It's just not fucking happening.
Okay.
But I do think that there was something with Beerus and him flying to get food or some shit. I was like, okay, because someone told me about that like a while ago. But I haven't seen it myself. But either way, the whole thing about it is that everything prior to what happened in the Dispo is just headcanon. It's nothing more than what we can assume based on X, Y, and Z and certain platitudes. Like, well, let's assume that a planet's this large, then Goku. I remember this was one thing too. Goku had to, when he traveled to where Frieza was, he was like, I think they said in the, oh god, the Dai Cho. Or
it's actually, yeah, you're talking about the volume back that says he crossed the planet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I forgot which one it was. It's been a minute, honestly. Okay. But like he traveled from half across the planet, but then we have to assume certain platitudes of the planet, like the gravity, and again, it's like you can say, okay, well, based on certain calculations, they are potentially light speed, but we're actually getting it for the first time in canon because the anime is supposed to be canon. In the manga, they don't say shit. He just moves and he makes after images. But in the anime, they say, well, he moves at this speed. And we see that it is prevalent throughout the entirety of the Tournament of Power, where not only is Dispo moving at supposedly, the light bull is supposed to be faster than light. And then his super maximum light speed mode, whatever it's called, that's supposed to be like that. But it's not like one line. It's like he can actually sustain that over. Like he's more malleable with that, if you will. Like he can use that more freely rather than just move in a straight line. So we know that during the Tournament of Power, not even the Zenos could perceive him properly, even with the God Pad at some point in time. Whereas that doesn't apply to any other character. Furthermore, you have what Gohan do with Frieza in order to trap him. So the speed is actually relevant throughout the entire time of the Tournament of Power when it comes to Dispo. That's far more concrete than what we get with supposed calculations with Dragon Ball and behind. And that's really it.
Okay, so for one, it's not called Lightspeed mode Dispo.
Marvelous.
It's just called Super Fast mode Dispo. And it's
I
he's
was
actually
called speed maximum, like in the anime called like maximum speed something dispo.
yeah, but there's just no light in the name. It's whatever. It doesn't big deal. And it's actually stated dispo is faster than light. He surpassed the speed of light.
Oh yeah, fine, yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
he's actually faster than that. Okay, so you claimed that we don't know if it just increases power level or something like that, but we do actually know that Kaioken is verbatim all stats. It's not just power level that you can just say, oh well, maybe power level increases your strength by this much and your speed by less.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
like, I'm not saying that.
Okay, so we got the Kaioken out of the way. Verbatim does say it increases all those stats. And you do know that the Dragon Ball universe is roughly its size and structures are roughly based on our own, with a little bit of like Toriyama mixed in there, like throwing in Namek and aliens.
That I think is highly debatable. It gets wonky. I know it gets wonky because it's Toriyama, but the problem was that initially it's supposed to be like a certain amount of galaxies, and then Majin Buu went across like destroying some of those. Well, okay, in the manga it's planets. In the anime we actually see him do like a galaxy, and then presumably speaking, there was only like 4 main quadrants: north, south, east, west, and that was really it.
Well, we get a clarification on that. And in the Daizenshuu that also states about these galaxies, it's verbatim stated that the galaxies are more like just how they cut the universe and like structure it. Like they're just basically saying these are our areas, right? So they're just calling quadrants of their universe a galaxy.
Yeah. Okay. Like, that's what I would assume. So, but like the problem is that, like, for example, it's like when it comes to our universe, right? Like the actual living world, it's like, it's potentially speaking, right? I mean, like, even though I would assume that there are a lot of similarities when it comes to universe comparison. I mean, like, of course, because there are things like, for example, like Goku and company, they're on planet Earth. Gravity attaches the planet Earth, obviously. So they're able to actually run around the planet because gravity keeps them there. No duh, like obviously. So there are some basic, there are some basic qualifications of our universe to their universe. But then there are other things like, well, you have cats that can exist outside of the universe if the universe is destroyed, like the Zeno. Like he blew up the future universe 7. He's existing outside of time, essentially. He's just chilling. It's like, okay. They can manipulate time too. And then time is like a wonky thing in Dragon Ball.
The only thing stated to be like our universe is just the upper living world. And that's in Daizenshuu 4. It's basically set. Okay, so it's basically set to be like ours. It has Jupiter in it, has the moon, has Earth. The Earth is just slightly terrestrially different.
Yeah, like,
it's even in the Milky Way galaxy, right? It's clearly based off of our universe.
Right.
Also,
but it's based off it. So, like, for example, just because it's based off it doesn't necessarily mean that, for example, like, let's say we have a regular galaxy size, right? Like, okay, not even like the minimum galaxy that you can think of. Potentially speaking, the galaxy that we see in Dragon Ball could be like 15 times as large as our Milky Way, or 15 times as small.
I don't find that very relevant.
Well, because it comes down to the structure of the universe, whereas like there are certain attributes.
But you're assuming that without evidence.
Of course I'm assuming it because they don't tell you.
But they do tell us. It's based off of our universe.
You say that, but again, it's like they have limits in their universe. They actually have spheres. Like they actually have but
that can still be based off of our universe.
Well, yeah, in the sense of like the basics, I suppose. That's what I assume. Like planets, galaxies, black holes, and so on and so forth, but they still have limits. Where our universe doesn't have any, as far as we know, there may not even be any limits to our universe. I mean, we're still
that's not necessarily true. We have numerous theories for the universe. For one, it could either be expanding at faster than the speed of light, or it could be an infinite static universe. Right? You're aware of that?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so
but again, we just don't know. Those are all just theories.
Dragon Ball is actually consistent with both. There's statements that it's infinite in size, and there's statements that it's expanding in size. So you can go with either one and it'll still be consistent. And like I said with the Jupiter example, it's very clear that it's based off our solar system and it's based in the Milky Way galaxy. Toriyama was not like thinking very heavily about the structure of a solar system. And also, you're aware what a Roche limit is, right?
A Roche limit? I've heard of it, but I forgot.
Okay, so basically a Roche limit is when you have 2 orbiting bodies, right? Like a moon. A moon must be a certain distance from a certain body that it orbits, or else it will disintegrate. So the moon in Dragon Ball must be within the Roche limit. So no matter what, it's either
potentially.
No, it has to be 3 times as close, or only slightly farther, or else it disintegrates, or it will
Okay,
drift
but
off entirely.
but again, as you just said, like Toriyama's not really like, thinking about that too hard. So it's like again,
Well,
like
yeah,
because
basically,
the problem is like
no.
again, like I see what you're saying, but it's just that like okay, so that's just still your presupposition of well, it has to be at least this.
I'm not
this, 'cause that's what
presupposing
happened.
anything. You are.
No,
All
not
I-
because you just
the
said that
universe,
it's
the
based
universe
on
is based off
Toriyama
of,
based off of the
yes.
universe. You just said it, right?
Yes. Well,
Right,
that's not
exactly.
me
So-
presupposing anything. That's what it was
No,
stated.
okay, no. I see what you're saying, but again, the fact of the matter is that there are still inconsistencies within the universe itself that kind of go against that. Like time isn't malleable as far as we know, or you can't manipulate time to such an extent, but you can in apparently Dragon Ball Super with characters like Hit. Or
Just because the
another
universe,
another example would be when they make this black hole substance, Universe 2, with their combo. The black hole is like almost like putty. It's like okay,
just because our universe is based off the same doesn't mean that superhuman key fighters are based off of how a superhuman key fighter would be in real life. Like, I don't find that a very acceptable explanation for why it's inconsistent. Do you have any like universal inconsistencies?
Again, like, the universal consistent again, like I just told you, it's like I'm with you 100% when it comes to that. When it comes to well, that could be the case. I'm just saying that ultimately thinking that just could be the case. That's it. I mean, like again, like I'm not saying that, oh well, this is, let's say, not the case of the Roche limit, for example, or like how the body or how the moon rests to be orbit. I'm not saying that's the case. Like, that could really be the case. The only thing I'm saying is that it's still not concrete enough to then go against what Dispo is preaching when he's saying he's faster than light. If you want to scale up,
him being faster than light doesn't mean other characters can't be faster than light.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, then that's not a debunk. Also, you stating that it could be is wrong. You are the one using headcanon. I'm not. I have guides and statements saying it should be the same. So you're like, well, it could be different. Why? Because of key fighters? That's not an acceptable debunk. Also, let me just add this. You do know that, hold on, you do know that Planck lengths and Planck constants can change the speed of light in a universe? For all we know, the speed of light could be much faster. And also, we actually have evidence of that. Did you watch?
In theory, yeah. No, in theory. Like, of course, like I'm not debating that. Again, like I'm just saying that what you ultimately get from Dispo is the most concrete thing that we've gotten.
No, he just says he's faster than light.
Yeah, I know it's faster. Yeah, that's.
He also says he's like faster than sound. Is that impressive? Is no one faster than sound either?
Well, no. Topo said faster than
sound,
faster than light.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So sound is impressive.
Of course, like it's one the same. Like it's whatever.
Okay.
Like that's that's like a whatever statement. That doesn't necessarily matter. Like again, it's just a matter of okay, well, Dispo says he's this, and then everything within the tournament power backs that up, and that's it.
Look,
they're saying that, well, okay, well, that is wrong with respects to what we saw previously.
Okay. Just because he's faster than light doesn't mean other characters aren't faster than light. And they could just be referring to Dragon Ball speed of light. As I prefaced at the beginning of the debate, we're using in real life speed of light, right? So we're saying, oh, these characters can reach over 670 million miles per hour. But that doesn't mean light in Dragon Ball is 670 million miles per hour. Did you watch the Goku versus Beerus fight?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't watch. No,
did you see how fast light shot across the universe in that fight?
Well, the shockwaves, you mean, when they punched each other?
Look at the scan I just posted. That's just light. That's not even the force of their attack or anything. Just light. Just traveled across the whole universe. That would mean that the Planck lengths are shorter in the Dragon Ball universe. Also, I could also argue that the solar flare being relevant is further evidence that light would be faster in Dragon Ball, since it seems to be almost always effective, regardless of the power level difference.
Okay, well, in the Dragon Ball Cho manga, they mentioned the shockwaves being able to span across the universe. So I didn't watch the fight.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm not. Yeah.
But I mean,
not a lot of people know that, actually. So.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. But again, it's like they have the shockwaves that span across the universe when they clash their fists in the Dragon Ball Cho manga. That's what I'm basing off of. Okay, fine. Like, I mean, like for example, you could also spin it the other way around, where during the Buu saga, when Goku's gathering the energy of the universe to beat Majin Buu, to make the Genki Dama to beat him, well, the energy, if it's the entire universe, and then if the universe is based on our own, like let's say minimum like a supercluster or something of that sort, then he has to gather energy from all these other places, and then just has to move to him at faster than light speeds. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But what does that mean for then their combat ability?
Well, I never
Not
used the
much.
spirit bomb example, so it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, that's fair. But again, like, what does it mean for their combat ability? Like, when it comes to,
That
again,
they're faster than light.
no, well, combat ability, yeah, faster than light. But
I already
we
proved that their
finally got
combat ability
confirmation.
was that
No, because again, the story already indicates that when it comes to fast light ability, that's already, again, when it comes to the actual calculation itself.
You realize that everything you're saying is kind of confirming my point. They're fast enough to yank power across the universe on an instant. Like, you don't think these characters could easily be the speed of light?
Well, I told you before, like when it
Well,
comes to
I
abilities,
even showed you feats that early Dragon Ball had like relativistic to the speed of light feats, let alone like Kaioken fighters or characters that are on screen destroying galaxies and their blasts are larger than the galaxy. Have you
Okay,
seen Buu destroy a
hold on a second.
galaxy?
Okay, well, first of all, when it comes to Majin Buu, I mean, we already know that Majin Buu was roaming across the galaxy for like, well, and like, assuming the galaxy,
I know where you're going.
galaxy
But
for a
look,
period of time. But then, well, wait, hold on. But then on top of that, we know that he was with Bibbidi, and Bibbidi is a magician who can use teleportation, just like Bobbity can.
look at this.
So it's like,
do you see that?
yeah, I see that.
So you see his attacks.
I've watched Dragon Ball Z. Like,
okay,
dude.
yeah,
okay,
I feel you.
Dude,
I'm not denying.
Okay, yeah, but like I'm saying before, it's like, okay, like you can say that was all Majin Buu, but we also know that he was with Bibbidi, and Bibbidi has teleportation magic. So
Okay,
Bibbidi can transport. So Bibbidi can easily transport Buu where he wants to go. And again, and again, in the manga, they don't even say that. In the manga, they say like, what was it, like hundreds of planets. So it's like, okay, again, like I'm not arguing that there are certain techniques and skills that have surpassed speed of light. I've never argued that. Nor have I argued that when it comes to what we see with Dragon Ball Super and stabs and stuff like that, that also has to be light. I mean, that, again, that's my presumption, considering how they move across the universe. Your
presumption versus my facts. Yes. So, like, okay, when you look at that galaxy,
again, it's like you say your facts, but your facts are still founded on a lot of presumptions. Again, because like all I'm doing is saying that what Dispo is saying is true to actual canon story, and then you're saying no. So then I don't see how.
When did I make an assumption?
You said that Dispo, if he moves at this speed, then it goes against what we've seen previously in Dragon Ball. If we assume that
I never said that. I never said that at all. When did I just said that the speed of light in Dragon Ball would just be faster than it is in real life. What did I say? It contradicted me.
All right, yeah, sorry.
It's okay. No, it's cool. It's just getting heated. I understand.
The platitudes, yeah.
Yeah. If I may, can I go on with the point I was trying to say? So
go ahead.
With that galaxy right there, what I was trying to say is, if you actually watch the scene, you'll see that his energy attacks engulf large portions of the galaxy in one attack. So you see those lightning bolts, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I could get you like a GIF, would be better, but we see his attacks engulfing this galaxy.
Well, now you could say, time out. Are we sure those are attacks?
Yes, those are all
attacks. Because I could have sworn that was just the galaxy breaking apart.
No,
it's not necessarily his attacks.
It's the color like of his key and stuff. Yeah, look, I'll show you.
I mean, it looks red, but again, like
here, I'll show you.
We're not too sure at what time this is
happening. This is a better example. So you can see here, this is not the galaxy. that's Buu. Also, yeah, I would just like to say
it's a still image.
I know it's a still image, but you see how those attack. I'll get you the GIF. Let's just get the GIF.
Wait, you mean when Buu was blowing up like that's planet debris.
Let me just give you the GIF. Hold on. So we can just watch this together, I guess. Okay. Tell me if you guys get this. It's being weird for me. So he's destroying the planets.
Yeah.
And then we have to wait for the planets to blow up. Hopefully the GIF goes that long.
You're saying on stream.
Yeah, so I'm seeing the planets.
Okay, so you see all that?
Yeah, and then like, there's sparks that happen across like the galaxy, and then
that's
it breaks apart. I mean, okay, well, maybe,
No, it is Buu. It specifically said that Buu is doing all of that.
You know, I don't. I understand. No, well, no. It said that Buu went across the entire.
Do you think
yeah,
like
no,
the
Supreme
galaxy
guy
has like
said
a core
the
that
Supreme guy said that. Okay, well, at least in the dub, I don't know about the sub because I don't know the dub. But the Supreme guy said that Majin Buu went across the rampage, and then even galaxies fell under his wake, or that's what he says in the anime, at least. In the manga, there's none of that stuff. But again, it's like okay, well,
in the manga, it's just planets and stars. Yeah,
right. Yeah, but again, like. Maybe it's Buu. I mean, I would argue that's just the galaxy breaking apart because of all the damage. I mean, maybe he attacked the supermassive black hole. I mean, well, maybe he destroyed the supermassive black hole in the center of it, and then maybe he broke it apart from that measure. If you could, maybe.
You don't think destroying a supermassive black hole that holds a galaxy apart would be the speed of light?
Well, I mean, he's destroying supermassive black hole, so I don't know how that actually works when it comes to destroying.
Well, for the attack to not just be negged, it would have to be faster than light.
Again, or else
it would just be sucked away in a wormhole.
Well, that's just my assumption. Because again,
well, your assumption just contradicted your point.
No, it didn't contradict my point. Because again, what I'm saying is that, like I just said, told earlier, everything that I'm saying is just an assumption.
And mine are.
We're getting concrete evidence now in Super. Like I've always said before that speed of light in Dragon Ball, like. It's a possibility. Like it's been there, potentially speaking with techniques for sure. But actual attacks and feats, we're not too sure. Like it may.
I just showed you feats.
Do you have anything like that can factually debunk him from like at the anime?
What, me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my argument's Dispo, so it's like my argument's Dispo.
If it's, I think me and King of Lightning are about to start running in circles. So. It's cool. It was a good debate. I don't know if you want to end it there.
I don't know. I mean,
up to you. I mean, we keep going back to this Dispo point. I don't.
Yeah, like from the Kid Buu point, do you have anything like that can factually, like from a clip or anything?
Well, again, like the only thing I'm saying is that, like, the only thing I just said was that number one, he was with Bibbidi. Bibbidi has teleportation magic. Number two is that it's not in the manga, and then number three is actually, well, there was number three, but I will say this: he did learn the intertransmission after Goku blew up after Majin Buu blew up planet Earth. He incorporated intertransmission so he can learn the technique, so he can move at that speed. So I mean, potentially he had it before, maybe, and I guess he forgot. But I mean,
how about this? You do your closing statements. I'll do mine. We'll leave it there.
You want to do that, King, or?
I mean, is there nothing else like to argue here or debate? Is that it?
I mean, I don't know if you guys. It sounds like Seth is kind of like done.
I could. I mean, at that point if you want, but
it's up to you because like
I would just say things like Bibbidi never had control over Kid Buu. That was the whole point of him wanting to be fat and stuff like that. Buu never had.
But hold on a second now. But you're literally talking about a time frame which is like millions upon millions of years. So it's like when this galaxy was destroyed, we have no idea.
Okay, are you yielding the proposition that he destroyed the supermassive black hole or not?
Because I'm basing off of the anime. Again, if you're basing off of the anime, again, the manga's not there. But if you're basing off of the anime, no, I'm not. I mean, like I'm literally just saying, like, again, if you're basing off of the anime only, I've told you a few times now that in the manga,
Dragon Ball Z is the anime.
Well, hold on, Dragon Ball is the manga. So
yeah, and I said Dragon Ball Z is the anime.
Okay, all right, fine. So if we're basically I guess if we're just not going to use the manga, then if it's the anime, then no,
you could use both. It's just they're both just canon to each other. I mean, look at the title.
Okay, well, I mean, if see this is where this one gets wonky. If you do want to do that, then fine.
That does in fact get a little bit wonky, I guess.
A little bit wonky. I mean, I've never done that.
Okay, so I guess
I've only used the manga really as the primary source material, but
let's try to twist it like this. Let's try to twist it like this. Is there something from the manga that can confirm?
I don't think that's necessary because he's using Dragon Ball Super, and the anime is canon to Super.
Well, yeah, because the anime is canon.
Your main argument is Dispo from the anime, which links to the anime, and in the anime,
right? Because the anime came first, and the anime was canon.
So this scene right here.
The manga came first, and the manga is canon.
Okay, so you're not understanding. This is still canon. Yes, Toriyama said that this scene right here is a valid representation of the characters. That's all he means by canon. Whether you want to nitpick timelines or not, this is a canon feat for Buu.
All right, fine, fair enough. Okay, so we'll roll with that one then.
Okay.
I mean, again, like I said before. Oh, so you're just saying that given the time frame taken to destroy the galaxy, then potentially Super Buu has attacks that are faster than the speed of light.
No, all I'm saying is that you can clearly see some of his attacks engulf the galaxy.
Again, I argue if those are his attacks, but I mean, fine.
If he destroys the supermassive black hole, that's also the speed of light. So
potentially speaking, but okay, fair enough.
Okay.
And then, of course, there is the like I said before, he has a magic sidekick. Now, I don't know if he's roaming across this galaxy when he's Kid Buu, or if he is after he consumed the supreme Kai of the South, or if he's Fat Buu. I have no idea when this is.
It doesn't really matter.
I'll just say
again,
for this point.
I'll say that definitely wouldn't matter considering Bibbity's there and he's magic. But okay.
I'll just say for this point, it goes to Seth. I know from the majority, it was Seth's point, and then you're kind of like debunking that from the jump. I don't know if you have a strong point at all that would say otherwise, that it's not speed of light as a whole. That could also kind of cover this one a little bit. Do you have a point like that?
His point is the Bibbidi teleported him argument, which is just his assumption. When we see the actual attacks on screen,
of course is my assumption without question. But again, we're not seeing. Again, you're saying that all those waves for de facto Majin Buu, when it's the same color as plants exploding. So I'm like, I don't know. It could be, it couldn't be. I have no idea.
Okay.
So I guess yeah, the closing argument part would just that's the only thing
you want to close.
We can do at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, we can close. That's cool.
All right, I'm gonna piss while you do that.
Okay. So, from my point of view, it definitely seemed to be a hard debate to definitely argue, because with the headcanon argument, like I feel like that was where you're coming from, King Lightning, right? Where you're saying a lot of it is just headcanon because it's not given like verbatim. It's just things I guess we see from the anime more or less, but it's not things that are told to us.
Manga. I mean, again, like, the problem is that I kind of leave out the manga, so it's like you can make some presuppositions and say, okay, well, since Toriyama said that it's our universe, so we're then going to assume every aspect of our universe is just like their universe, even though there's things that are not like our universe that are in their universe. So you can say that it's fine. I mean, the only thing I'm saying is that, like, again, we've never been too sure, ultimately speaking, about what is the speed of light, aside from certain techniques like the Kai, like instant transmission, like the stabs, and so on and so forth. Those are things we know are faster than light. Everything else is ultimately just an assumption. Everything else is ultimately just headcanon, no matter how you slice it.
Okay, I'm not trying to get into the debates from the perspective.
Oh, no doubt.
Sure.
I'm just saying my. I guess my closer.
He's just closing,
yeah.
Yeah. You're allowed to say whatever you want in closing, so it doesn't matter.
Got you. Well, fuck it. What would your closing statement be, Seth?
Okay, as a closing, I'll just go over what I thought about the debate. If I was like judging myself, right? I think that I proposed that because everything's an assumption in life, right? Almost everything's an assumption. You assume that the reality before you is real. You assume all your senses are working properly and that you're not just some brain in a vat that is seeing weird stimuli a mad scientist is giving you. Okay, it's the weird law of identity argument. You could presuppose many things in reality. Almost everything is an assumption. Very little things aren't an assumption. Most things in like science are assumptions. Like the Higgs boson was only assumed until it was recently like actually confirmed. Okay, so when I show examples like, oh, it's actually based off our universe, here's the scan, right? That's not my headcanon. That's a guide saying that. That's not me assuming anything from there. So that is a least assumption. That is the least furthest jump in logic for me to say it is based off our universe. Saying otherwise is a bigger leap in logic because there's not that middle ground confirming it. You understand? Yeah. So when I say things like, oh, the Roche limit between the moon and the earth has to be a certain distance, the Kaioken multiplies speed and power, here's a guide, and I show numerous examples using science and maths and all these things confirming it. I even prove the speed of light in Dragon Ball, which is King of Lightning's main point, is that Dispo is the speed of light, so maybe it contradicts earlier things.
No, I proved
even that doesn't really matter.
Say that. I say it's faster than light, dude. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah, but that was a main point, right? You were trying to say he's the speed of light, so maybe we shouldn't say, well, fast and light. So
no. I think no, dude. I said that we never were too sure about what speed of light was previously, but now we know. That's all.
Okay, so I confirmed with the Planck constant that the speed of light in Dragon Ball can be different. Okay, so these don't matter. and I showed pretty good feats overall. I was gonna go into like the expanse of the universe and how you have to be the speed of light to even destroy the universe, like Kid Buu is gonna do, because the universe would just be expanding faster than Kid Buu can move. Or it's a static universe in which he has to have infinite speed, which would be even more ridiculous. But other than that, I personally think I won. King, I really respect you. You're a lot better than Kabuki, obviously, and it was a really fun debate, regardless of all that. So thank you for joining.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro.
All righty. Peace out, everybody.
All right, take it easy, bro.
Okay. Definitely night and day from debates from the tag team from Kabuki and I. I appreciate Seth for being just like Kabuki and not Afro. Look at that respect. I fuck with you because you beat my ass too, but you left it out, and that's why we're cool. Now I'm playing. All right, I'm gonna give my opinions, but I also want to get yours real quick. Chat, bring you guys in. I'm cutting at this point because it's cool for content's sake. If Seth wants to use this, it's easy for him to cut it out right here. Vice versa for me too. So give a